Tonight is October the 16th, 2020. Hope you're all doing well. I made a video last night that was such a hit that I've only gotten 5 thumbs down so far, so I thought maybe I'd try it again. This time a little bit more scientific with the best equipment I've got. Now, of course, this is just a room. It's not an anechoic chamber, and this is a hobby. So we do the best we can. But let me show you what I've got set up tonight. Well, let me show you first what we're going to compare. This is actually kind of fun. This has actually been a blast to me. One is this 300B SET, same one I had last night. And the other one is this Dynaco ST-70, a very nice little one I've had. I've shown it a few times on YouTube. It's the original design with the 7199s. It does a great job. We're running it into this Mac tuner preamp here, but we're just running it through there for connections. Okay, so what I've done is I went on to the internet and I found a pink noise source, this one right here, and I just played it, and that's what I use to adjust the sound. See, there are no adjustments on the ST-70 down there. There's no input adjustments on it, but I do have them over here. Let me see if I can point it over here on the SET. So what I did is I adjusted the SET to the same noise level. The way I balanced the channels is I turned up the volume on one to where it was 3 dBs less than this one, and then I turned up the second channel until it met it, because you know that's doubling the power, so that's 3 more dB. It seems to have worked perfectly. I'm real pleased with it. I'm using this General Radio sound level meter. I've shown it before. It's a beautiful instrument. I'll have it on and off during the night. Okay, now the equipment that I think you'll be a whole lot more pleased with is I'm using this little audio recorder right here, this H4N Pro, and the output of it, you can see it modulating as I talk. The output of it is going into this camera. This is a Sony camera. It's the 41 or 2 or 3 megapixel camera, but it has a whole lot better audio system than the little camera I'm holding in my hand right now. The one I'm using to make this portion of the video, which is going to be just the first part, is a little Leica made in Japan. It's not the German-made ones, but it does a good job, focuses fast, etc. But the audio system of this one is actually quite a bit better, and I can put an external microphone into it. I've got it turned down, so when I'm playing it, you will be able to. Well, no, you won't be able to see it, but the audio is coming across here. It's never clipping. So I think everything is all right. I'm just going to leave it the camera zoomed out like that, because that's all. You don't really need to see anything up there. There's not going to be any timing. I'm going to show you exactly what I'm doing the whole time. I haven't tricked you yet, and I'm not going to. I've got it this time labeled as 300B and Dynaco ST-70, so there's no doubt about it. And I'm not trying to say that one amplifier is better than the other. I've actually realized some time ago, and I'll admit it, certainly admit it, some people like bright music, brighter stereo, sound equipment. I do. I tend to like it a little brighter, and some people don't. Some people have very, very sensitive hearing, and I get it. I think the Dynaco is a little bit known for a less high end, and the SETs are kind of known for their high end, if you like that, and I do. And I think you'll be able to hear the difference. I'm not trying to bias you. I'm not trying to make you to set you up in advance to say, oh, well, this one sounds better or worse. It's up to you. But I do realize now that switching back and forth every 2 or 3 seconds trying to compare something with this little box right here, which has done an amazing job, is really not the best way to evaluate something. You got to listen to it for a little while, and you get an impression, you get a feeling. Something gets cooked in our head, or maybe that's not the right word. Something, we get some sort of satisfaction, an impression, maybe, after we've listened to it for a while, and then we listen to something else, and we get a different impression. Sometimes the impression immediately switching maybe, oh no, that one's too bright, that one's not bright enough. But after you listen to it for a little bit, you find out, well, maybe it's got other characteristics that are just as good or better in another way. For those that haven't watched my videos before, well, this is the Tectons. These are called the Perfect SET. They have 7 little tweeters up here and one 12-inch. It's a bass reflex because it's ported in the front. I wanted covers for it, but they haven't sent me those yet, but maybe they will soon. So that is the setup, and I think that the equipment is decent. So let's get to recording on this equipment and see how it turns out. Okay, now we're live, and the first one we're going to be listening to is the 300B SET. I'm going to set the volume. I'll show you the sound pressure level as it goes along. It's generally running at peaks at about 90 dB SPL. Okay, let's try something a little different. That was ultra mellow chill out. I don't know, dance beat? Okay, well that probably gets the point across. So what is the point? Well, Kitty Cat said that's enough. Being able to switch back and forth like that, I think has the value that if you have to unwire and rewire and wait till they warm up and everything, I think there's more of a dramatic impression we get each time because of our expectation. We would expect in our head that the SET would sound brighter, fuller. Maybe it does to you guys. Maybe you can hear it. I can't. I honestly, the difference is so minuscule to me. You could fool me all day long. I have no idea which one I'm playing because I've done these experiments. If you want to build yourself one of these, it's actually quite simple. Anybody that can build it can figure out the wiring, so I don't think you need for me to go through and show you a schematic of it. But I can put this thing behind my back and turn it around a couple of times, and I don't know which way I'm switching it because, you know, it's symmetrical. It's just a switch. I don't know which way to switch. And I have guessed wrong several times. When I first built this SET, I think I had such an impression that it was going to be so over the top beautiful that it was. It was just so over the top. It was so bright, so lively, so full of energy. I don't know, you know, all of these flowery words that you could go on and on and on about, kind of like the way the vacuum tube sound and capacitors sound, you know, all the sales pitch that we get all the time. And we buy it in our head. And then we buy it with our wallet too. But when you really start playing it, you know, even the humble little Dynaco ST-70, it sounds as good as the SET to me. We don't have to have a, you know, some fancy dandy Macintosh amplifier to compare it to. I hope I'm making sense. It's just that, I guess what I'm trying to say is, I think how things sound are so preconceived in our minds that when we can hear them instantly one to the other, and it has to be at some length. I realize now that I can't just switch back and forth 1 second here, you know, 5 seconds on this one, 5 seconds on that one, then 5 seconds on the first and 5 seconds on the second one. That doesn't seem to work very well because, you know, unless you've got an amplifier that's got a problem. So, what is all this worth? Well, being able to switch instantly like that is rather academic, maybe. But it's fun, ladies and gentlemen, and we're all still safe and well, and life is good. So I'm having fun, and I hope you all too are also, and staying safe and enjoying it. And thanks for watching. I always appreciate the comments. And as I say, practically every video, I learn more from you guys and ladies than than you all learn from me. It's a lot of fun, the things that you guys bring up and we can discuss. So there you go.